Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Huge thank you to those of you who left me your responses to what sort of recipes you'd like. The rest of you, you're very welcome here. Now today it's a Saturday here. My daughter's out playing football and my son and I have been cooking a family favorite from my home in Calcutta, which is a meat palao. Now this palao works particularly well with lamb on the bone. It takes a little bit of time, but it is so lovely and family friendly. The kids really enjoy it. And I remember when I was younger, I was a really fussy eater and my mum would make this on weekdays. So I would have a very hearty lunch when I got back from school. So today, my daughter's going to enjoy it after football. If this sounds good to you, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button when you've seen the video, and then let's get cooking. I've got two small-ish onions, I would say, here, and I'm going to chop one for cooking the lamb, and I'm going to slice the other to fry for garnish later. So yeah, just very roughly chop it up. Don't worry too much here because, of course, the onions will completely melt. For the slicing, I'm using my mandolin again. I do love my mandolin. So there we go. We're just going to pop that in a bowl with a little bit of salt to extract some of the juices from it. I've then got 4 fat cloves of garlic. That's anywhere between 4 to 6 cloves is great for the meat. And you just want to chop them up or slice them up as you wish. Again, these will disintegrate, so don't worry too much. I've also got about a 1.5-inch piece of ginger, which I've peeled and grated. So with the lamb, which is on the bone, I've got 2 to 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. I'm going to add the ginger and garlic to that. And then mix the lot with my gloved hands. Now, add a decent teaspoon of salt into this because the salt actually extracts the moisture out of the lamb and helps the marinade penetrate better. Mix that in beautifully and just make sure you get all that marinade off your glove too, so it's in the meat. You can leave that for an hour, but I didn't. In go the spices. Got a couple of black cardamom, couple of green, some cinnamon, teaspoon of black peppercorns, and 4 or so cloves. And into that, I fried the onion and then added the marinated meat. And in that, I'm going to add a teaspoon each of coriander and cumin powder, and then lots of hot water. We're using 2 cups of rice, so that'll be 4 cups of water here, freshly boiled. Bring that to a bubble and then seal it. I'm using my pressure cooker. And then while that's cooking, I'm going to crack on with rinsing the basmati rice really well. And several washes of clean water, drain and leave it to sit. The lamb took about 25 minutes in my pressure cooker. If you're cooking it from scratch, just on the hob, it's going to take a good hour. Now you want to lift those lamb pieces out of the cooker, the bones and everything. So all the main chunks come out. And then strain that liquid, that yakhni or stock, into a jug like this. So you want to get rid of all the little bits and pieces so they don't come in your mouth in the actual palao. And this mixture still has lots of oomph in it. So press it through the sieve nicely to extract any lovely melty onion bits. And then you can discard what's left in the sieve. This is such gorgeous, aromatic, homemade stock. It's wonderful. So now I'm going to get about a tablespoon of ghee going. And then sizzle 2 black cardamoms, a bay leaf, and about a teaspoon of cumin seeds in that. Give it a mix very quickly and then toss the lamb pieces in. We just want to brown it a little bit for color before we then add the washed rice that's been sitting and waiting its turn. So in that goes. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt now as well. And then mix that all well together. So the rice should be turning translucent at this point. And then when it does, you pour in the stock. I did actually measure the stock, by the way, to make sure it was twice the amount of rice. And then we're going to put it on a dum. So I've got a piece of foil here and then stick the lid on to make it a really tight parcel. Lower the flame to a simmer and cook it for 12 minutes. While that's happening, let's get all the moisture out of the onions and then pop it in some hot oil to cook. The oil should be medium. You want to add a little bit of sugar and salt to help it turn red like this. And take it off the flame before it's completely dark because it will keep cooking in the hot oil. Now, let's get that lid off the palao and just look at how gorgeous that is. Perfectly cooked. So now I'm going to get it on a platter. Just put all of that on. The kids are waiting to be fed, so I better rush this. And you see the lamb is so soft. It's literally falling apart with my fingers. Now we're just going to put all those crispy red onions on top and look at that glorious Saturday lunch feast for the kids and me. All that's left to do now is to give this a little taste, and I can tell you it is glorious, aromatic, irresistible, and you're going to love it. See you here for the next recipe.